I want you to see the ocean. You don't have to see me. I just want to talk. Hope that's working. Wow, so I do have one video out there that's getting a lot of legs, and I'm constantly checking on it because I want to answer any questions that people have. And there have been quite a few people that are like, I just needed to be in this right space to hear this. That's exactly what I needed. But the one thing that I'm seeing in the comments more than anything, and I really want to address this, is people that have lost somebody, a child. People who have lost somebody completely out of their control. It's like the last thing you want to ever have happen on this planet is to lose your child, but it's happening, and it happens all the time. And so I want to address it and hopefully help you understand what's going on in your world. So in the video that's gaining a lot of traction, I talk about our soul groups and our pre-birth planning. This is all part of the pre-birth planning. So when you guys all met in your stadium and you decided who was going to play what role, you planned on losing that person. You guys agreed early on, and I know a lot of people who have lost a child. This one woman in particular, who was a dear friend, just one of the sweetest women ever, and she's had just so much tragedy in her life. But she knew when she held her son as a child, as a small baby, she knew it was just for a short time. She knew it, and she didn't like it, and that's exactly what happened. But it's like she just had that knowing, because we are connected to the other side, man. We know this stuff when we open up to it and we just kind of give into it a little bit. When you lose somebody tragically, quickly, it's like you cannot process it. You know, when you have somebody who's dying over a long period of time, that's one thing. We get together and we plan these tragedies that are going to happen. If one woman who commented said her 20-year-old son had been murdered at 20, and it's like, how do you wrap your brain around that? It's like that becomes your existence. It's like, this happened, but this person found my channel and found that video and said thank you. And so I want to speak to people like this because you planned this. You planned this. You probably either pulled the trigger once before, you were the person who was killed. We rotate all these different roles so we can experience every side of the coin. So your son was murdered. You planned on him being murdered. The murderer planned on pulling the trigger, and that person is not a bad guy. On this planet, they're a bad guy because they pulled the trigger, but they agreed. We all agreed on the other side, and so somebody has to do it. And so that's why there is no sin. We plan all of this stuff. We plan it, we come here, we execute it, and then you as the mother, you can grieve it for the rest of your life. You could do something about it. You can like start marches about murder or whatever happened, or you can just totally take your life in a path that is your arrow saying, okay, this happened. I need to get through it. And then you open that door to what's happening next in your life. Maybe it is to be out there helping victims, whatever. You won't know until you get through the thing you're going through. You've got to get through it. You were not here to mourn the loss of your child and give up your life ever, ever. It was something you have to get through. And I'm going to remember to include in the comments, there's another video I really want people to listen to. It helps you understand the roles people are playing in your life. It's a parable, it's a story by Lee Carroll, Cryon, and it's the story of Michael Thomas. And I believe it's the Red House, when you get to the Red House in this story, and you'll love it. You will love it. You will see a lot of association with your life, and this is, for me, a story to live by. But when they get to, I believe, the Red House, it's when the people who you've had in your life that have come into your life that have been shot, been killed in a car accident, whatever, and you just, the tragedy is so hard for you to get through. This story will help you. It helps you understand that they planned it, and they planned for you to get to this place where you move beyond it and then see what happens. We plan everything. We really do plan all of this. So thank you for all the comments. Keep them coming. And I will keep responding in videos any way I possibly can and anywhere I possibly can. How's that?